You know.
So I'm hearing is make an actual plan for the day, a day timer, and then share that with someone else for the accountability. Is that?
Yeah.
One thing I would say, and I want to add on to that, is being realistic about how long things take. That's the area that I'm terrible at. But I yesterday we were going to order a bunch of equipment for Thrive. It's probably $20,000 of equipment. And I made a statement. I said, hey, we want to order this stuff at 4:30. You know, we want to order it. Everyone needs to have all their information. And at 4:30 we want to order. And I knew in my mind it would take about an hour after that get together for them to know everything they needed to buy. And it wasn't anything personal. I knew it was going to take like an hour or two to buy the equipment. But even then, I just budgeted consciously about a half hour because I wanted it to be done in a half hour.
Right.
But as I sat down and sat down and thought about it last night, I wasn't frustrated with individuals. I'm just going, you know what? It probably would have been wiser to allow a full hour for this. And I think it's important if you're an entrepreneur and you're thinking about revamping your website or making a sales script or doing your accounting, let's map out how much time it really takes to think through things. To-do lists. I have yet to meet a successful entrepreneur that does not maintain and or create a daily to-do list. Some kind of, I've just not met one yet. Now there might be somebody watching this who says, due to the way that my brain is contoured, I can memorize anything and everything and I don't need a to-do list. But why is it important to maintain, why is maintaining a to-do list so important for anybody who's ambitious enough to reach above mediocrity?
Yeah, life is so dynamic. There's things changing all the time. And when you're conscious about what you're doing, you come back to a to-do list, you're evaluating and reevaluating. Well, I've already done this. I did this yesterday. I did the day before. It's good enough. Life is changing too much. It requires a constant management, a constant tending to keep your highest and best use at the forefront. We are much less, our businesses are much less successful because we have chosen to use our time with less than our best and highest in use.
What would you say to the guy who doesn't have a to-do list, who says, I just don't use one. It's hard for me to make one. I try, I just can't make one. I want to make one. I just don't know. What would you say to that guy?
I have a guy in Brazil that's emailing me now and asking for some help and coaching. I've been down there and just kind of a follow-up. And he brings some things in about there's deeply spiritual things and things going on with his wife and things going on with his organization and this outreach that he's doing. And I'm just, motivation and all that. You know what my first bit of advice was? Make a to-do list, prioritize what's most important, and then those things that are most important, put those on a calendar, figure out about how long you're going to spend on each, put them on a calendar, and when you do that, you're going to cure yourself of
want to real
depression.
quick, because I want to give this the time, 'cause that's a huge point. I want to make sure we get this on the, I'd like to add these points to the screen here, because this is huge. But you're saying, again, repeat that, the three things you just told me to have a to-do list, right?
Have a to-do list, identify, the most important things on that to-do list.
Yep.
Take those things and schedule those priorities on your calendar.
And some of the guys who are here were actually with us when we met Lee Cockrell, the guy who ran Disney World, and he said the same thing. And you've not talked, have you? You didn't talk about it, right?
Lee and I are good friends that have never talked, and I wouldn't know what he looks like until you meet.
Okay, and I've sat down and had the same conversation with hundreds of entrepreneurs, and they all say the same thing. So either it's a universal success code, either it's like one of these either you're part of the Freemasons and you're not telling me, and you guys get together and have these secret society meetings.
The Illuminati.
The Illuminati, or it's a deal where that's what works.